Well, we are back already. It's the semi-final time. Amy Beauchamp gets us underway. And it's a familiar matchup. Emma Cunningham, 4 times a world champ, against Amy Beauchamp, 5 times a world champion. Many battles between these two in the past. And here we are in another semi-final. Place in the final women's series event of the year on the line. And it will be Emma Cunningham with the first opportunity and cue ball in hand. And well, we've got world champions out in the arena, so let's get one in the commentary box as well. Bob Taylor, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Simon.
Obviously, I know you'll be very bitterly disappointed that you're not out there yourself, but it's been another fantastic tournament in the women's series.
Oh yeah, I think the standard on this weekend seems to have stepped up another level again. And it's nice to actually see Emma and Amy, obviously on the mini-series. When I was on the last woman standing doing the commentary there, both of them had hit a bit of form, but they hadn't actually picked up a title, but you can see that they're definitely hitting it again, and it's nice to see both of them in the semi-final.
It is good to see Amy, of course, going for a 4th women's series title. It would be Emma's first. She's picked up a couple of mini-series titles, but the women's series itself, not yet got a title. I think that's been a big story and something she wants to put right. I
find that amazing at the end of the second year. I think that's unbelievable stat.
It is, but I have to say, I mean, obviously I've commentated on Emma a lot, and I've actually commentated on her in Pro Ranks this weekend. I feel like she's looking as good as she's looked in a while at the moment, although that's a commentator's curse, as she's just put herself into trouble here. She played some brilliant pool in the Pro match I commentated on. She went 5-0 up on Matt Briley with 4 from the break. Wow. And then he responded with 5 frames with 4 from the break, and the next 2 were big battles and ended up the wrong side of the result, did Emma, but all credit to her for the level of performance she played.
I think her game's definitely it's improved by playing with the professionals, with the pro men, but I also think for a period she was trying to carry the ladies. We've had this discussion before, but obviously now, not so much now, but she's now starting to get the results because the pressure's off, because the ladies are now doing their own talking, you know.
She can just play pool now,
yes.
Whereas before she couldn't. There was more in her mind than that. And I've said this many times on commentary now, but yeah, the number of times she came up to me after a major final and asked, was that a good advert for women's pool? That was the first thought, not about the victory that she's just had or anything like that. It was about, was it a good advert for the game? And
I think a lot of us think like that, though, because
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, obviously you want to be showcasing, but the more, and I think it's showing. We've had this discussion as well, but the more we get the opportunity to play in this environment, the higher the standard is just going to keep getting, and it's showing now. I think already, it's great.
Amy in prime position here to counter. Question is, does she float the one down the cushion now? Probably play it with quite a bit of safety, knowing the 8 ball should be hidden if this goes wrong, but it's not going to go wrong.
There was an element of safety to that, but I do feel like Champs is queuing really well at the moment.
Yeah, of course, one thing we've not mentioned yet, but with Harriet already out of the competition, and now with Danielle being knocked out by Emma in the quarterfinals, whatever happens from here, Amy Beauchamp will finish the year as the #1 player.
Really? Congratulations, Amy.
It's been another fascinating battle between Amy and Harriet through the year. It was last year. They shared the 4 titles, 2 apiece last year, and they've each picked up 1 this year, along with yourself and Danielle. And the 5th one still to play for.
This will be a nice settler.
Yeah, not just winning the frame, but the way she's gone about the counter clearance has been very efficient. Dealt with a couple of problems and dealt with them very well. Although just gets off this shot because it's just a bit off angle, but she should be fine. Right. So she should be fine. She's missed the pot, but covered the 8 ball.
Now this is one shot I really need to start practicing.
The combination.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm absolutely useless.
Yeah, well, I've always found the biggest secret to this is getting the 8 ball on the yellow as full as it possibly can, and then it should track in.
Yeah.
The sort of whole thing with playing it with screw and reversing the spin is very true, but also isn't 100% necessary. See?
Shot.
Brilliant shot from Emma Cunningham there. Absolutely fantastic. Emma going for a trademark power cut break, but that one's not quite worked. Sort of slid off the pack a little bit on that one. And catches the red a touch thin here. Only a touch though. It wasn't terrible. It just didn't really open up for her.
Again, the split's nice though. The split's there. It's a good opportunity for Amy to make amends after that first frame.
Well, if Amy's taken this on, it becomes a very big visit to the table. I know it's early, it's only the second frame in a race to 5 here, but having missed such a gettable ball in the previous frame and sort of handing it away, she won't want to throw away another chance here, but 2 balls in, she's actually not in great position.
I think the yellow that's next to the red does actually go into the bottom corner, and they're all there, but the black is going to be the problem. Oh. Swing of the arm there, maybe Amy's just feeling a little bit tight still. A little bit more work to do here for Amy in terms of... I think she's actually got the angle right now to be able to move that red. It's blocking the yellow on the bottom cushion if she runs this through, I think. Although the swing of the arm makes me think that maybe the angle isn't quite there for her.
It might be there if she can float it in, but if you only float it in, you're not really opening anything up. If she plays it with any pace, I think it might throw too wide.
She's got a lot of side on this. No.
Yeah, she was right. It was too wide. And now in trouble in this frame because of that. No attempt at the pot there for Amy, just a containing shot. Turn the table over to Emma. That's the question of her. She has some problems herself. The red and yellow that was causing the issues for Amy, also the issues for Emma, but she has a much more chance of developing it. So many more balls around that area, and also going to just pull back a little bit. The side of the game we don't see too much from Emma. She's one of the most attacking all-out players you will see.
Again though, Emma's still got a bit of work to do. She's got the red that's by the black, she's got the one up the centre of the top, and that's a nice shot from Amy. She's basically balls in your court. Not many places for Emma to hide here. She's going to have to find something.
Throwing down the gauntlet.
Yeah. And she could bump this and make her move that yellow that's by the black. Oh.
The safety coming up. May have just gone too far to the right and may have left something on here.
And I think the red that's at the centre of the top on the top rail would actually hold the white. So it's almost like a free go here for Amy. Oh. That's unfortunate. I was just about to say she could actually take the one into the top right corner and just float the one into the middle and drop to take the black into the top right as well, but that yellow, that red moving into that position now means that he's going to have to work a bit of magic here.
And she can still work an angle out. Yeah, she could get far enough down the table. So now this is a good angle to play a breakout shot, but you've got to land on it.
Would you go for pace or precision on this one?
To be honest, would you risk... I mean, it depends on what she's got and how easy it is to catch the red to the left of the 8 ball half ball, because that would leave the 8 ball on right centre, but you've got to risk... Well, that'll do. If she's on this 8 ball, I think she is. Oh, it's very tight. Yeah, I was thinking the red to the left of the 8 ball just simply because then you're guaranteed to be on it, but if you miss it, you're snookered. Oh, hello.
Nice little kiss.
Oh, that will do for champs. Not how she intended it. Huge fluke in the end. Have a watch of this. Ah, perfect. On the board and gets to break here. Champs' season on the tour has been absolutely incredible, really. When you look at the results throughout the season, semi-final and event 1, lost to the eventual winner Danielle Randall. Runner-up in event 2, lost to yourself in the 6 red shootout. That famous 6 red shootout. And then, of course, won event 3. Quarter-final, last time we were here, is most disappointing result of the season. And if your quarter-final is your most disappointing result of the season, you're not having a bad one.
Oh, the consistency that she shows. And it's year on year, you know. I mean, obviously everybody says, oh, it's the same old 4, 6. Yeah. But you still have to turn up and produce the goods. And that's something that Amy does. Obviously her record shows it, but there's certainly no luck involved in it. She's just a quality player, just like Emma is. Again, these sort of, when you get to this point with the semi-finals, and it's almost a flick of a coin. It's Man United, I would say Man United, Arsenal.
Pick your two favourites.
Well, I don't like either of them, but the point is that, you know, 1 week it'll be United, or I don't know,
exactly.
City, and then so you are literally whoever's just hitting it on the actual day, because I say on the day on the match, because they're both exceptional players, absolute quality.
And of course, been pairs cut partners over the last couple of years as well.
Yeah.
She is, forget about the Women's Series, Pro Series Challenger, she's one of the best doublers of the ball you will ever see across anywhere in the game. She's phenomenal at doubles, really is. And she's been very unfortunate that yellow not dropping as well, because that would have opened everything up. I wonder if there's enough of the 8 ball showing to drop it in the centre, because if so, you could drop this in and just play the combination. It's a very difficult combination, but she made one in the previous frame, so why not?
Just like that.
Yeah. She hasn't. The thing is, she hasn't got an angle to do anything with this red. So maybe pull back for a double, or leave the combination. It's the double.
It's the double. Yeah.
And on the double nicely. Giving her a build up for the doubles. That was a bit of a wide from Emma, but I think her attention was taken on trying to develop the 8-ball at the same time.
Yeah.
And didn't quite have the angle to do that.
It's a nice couple of first shots there from Amy. The way that she's queuing, you fully expect her to be able to take these out. Just taking a little extra time on this, working out exactly which path she wants to take. She might have wanted that an extra roll or two forward, but she's still in prime position to drop this one in. Take the middle of the yellows into the left centre. And this black for a 2-1 lead for Amy. She's took these out very nicely, very smoothly. The trademark break. She's caught that one a whole lot better than the last one. And they've split very nicely for her. I think either suit have both got the same problem, which is the red and the yellow that's the nearest to the bottom rail. Not too sure if that needs to be disturbed and moved, or whether she can actually play a precision shot and be able to land on that. We'll see. And again, similar to Champs in the last frame, Emma just taking a bit longer on this clearance to make sure she gets exactly where she needs to get. I'm just wondering whether she's looking at maybe having to, she might have to play the red off the red to develop it.
Delicate shot though, isn't it? It's
yeah.
got to only feather the red. So even that was just a bit too thick.
Yeah. That was always, it didn't matter which suit, reds or yellows, that was going to be the problem ball for either suit. But again, I'm not so sure there's too much damage done there. And having the black on the rail on the right hand side also helps as well. So
look at her own combination shot.
I think it's the shot, but she can also play it in such a way that...
No, just went for the straight loss of turn there. No effort or attempt to make both, because she was using the 8 ball to hide the red in the open, and knew even if she left sight of the red at the bottom, it wasn't going to go anywhere. So, calculated shot from Amy Beauchamp.
Let's put that in a bit of a better position.
A little bit short.
I actually think she's got a perfect angle to be able to move.
Yeah, I think you're right. I thought she might be playing for the one at the top, but actually there's no benefit for her playing for the one at the top. That's her potential access to the 8 ball. So yes,
That's a great
she
shot.
is exactly where she wanted to put it.
Yeah. I think she's come a little bit too far, but I still think she's going to be fine. She's going to be able to stun this off of the side rail, off of the left hand side, and bring it back across for the yellow at the top. Oh.
Bit more required. This is awkward all of a sudden.
Is she going to have to go twice across? I don't think she can. Do you think she can hold that for the black?
Not really. I think
No.
it'd be very difficult. The cue will be snookered by the red, you'd feel.
I keep asking because these camera angles
Oh,
kill
I
me.
get fooled by them all the time.
Keep going, yep. It's a good shot. Oh. Chip in a chair.
Yeah, just too thin. I actually think she was quite tight to it. Gave every chance. But that actually keeps her in the frame a little bit, because obviously that red down there, very difficult for Emma to solve.
You can screw.
Yeah, it's quite a long way short. Very hard to find that line.
It's unlucky.
For Emma, she actually had the line lovely, just needed more pace.
I think she needed a bit of Chris Mellon's cue power.
Oh, well, there's that. You know what I mean? But there are not many with that.
No, we can all wish. Do you think she's just going to nail a double now?
I think she might as well take it on. I mean, I don't see there's no benefit to trying to play safe here. I mean, if there was 2 minutes left in the match and she was in front, you could maybe say try and put the red on top of the 8 ball, but there's not. So has to be the double. Oh, of course it does. Brilliant stuff from Emma Cunningham.
Love it.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah. Not pretty on the eyes, but good fun to laugh at.
It's certainly here to stay, though. 6 red shootouts. Certainly an advantage, anyone that can get their head round them. This is a brilliant break. Hugely powerful, brilliant split. I was just checking out the score as well of the other semi-final. Obviously, that's coming up immediately after these matches are finished. It's 2-0 to Lindsay Roberts over Lucy Smith. nice and clean there.
Yeah, the frame she took out, the clearance she took out for a 2-1 lead was very calculated, very simple. Again, she just took some time, and she took them out very nicely. And she's making short work of these as well. Just looking very focused. She's landed absolutely perfect on this now. I must admit, haven't really had time. Oh, nice wipe there from her mouth. Not really had time to look at the format and how exactly it works in terms of who plays who and everything. I'm sure I'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, no, really looking forward to it. And luckily my partner's doing all right. Not too bad at the moment as well.
Yeah, Shane Thompson into the pro final tonight.
Yeah.
Taking on Chris Melling.
About time he pulled his finger out, really, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's been nearly a year since he won a title, almost to the day.
Yeah, I'll take all the credit as his lucky charm, you know.
Okay, Emma in here. Worth pointing out, Amy's playing with Clint Ianson tomorrow night as well. We'll see Carrie Randall and Sean Sharkey, and Adrienne Flitcroft-Hurst and Andy Blurton. That's our first week. Emma's playing in the tournament later on. I think she's in week 4, but fantastic new event, and that is live on 60 odd countries worldwide, as well as here on Ultimate Pool TV. Try to ignore the
just a couple
the number of people watching you tomorrow night, Barbara.
Ah, listen. Laughter's universal in any language, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not too sure what Emma is going to do with those two. She's looking at those two yellows, obviously off the red, up the top.
Yeah, if the outside one goes, so the left hand one of the two. Well, I guess that's the inside one, but you know what I mean. If that goes off the cushion off the red into top right, then it does open up the other yellow to the right centre. It clearly goes. So it is all about that. I wonder if she's come around to have a look. Dead straight here, so no options off this one.
Hang on to your hats. I think this is the frame shot. To be fair, the way she's queuing, it does open it all up. And I think with the slight angle she's going to have to play, she'll be coming across towards the left-hand side to be maybe taking the yellow up the top first. But let's see. That's a great shot.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Oh, needs the red to pull up. She's actually okay even if it had gone too far, because I think she's got angle on the right centre to connect to the left centre. That's probably the easiest way to go from here anyway.
Yeah. Again, I was saying just now that obviously Emma and Amy, they make these shots look easy, but they're far from easy. It's just not that simple.
A little bit surprised she's going this way.
Off the red, maybe?
Just overcut it. Strange one actually, because with that shot there, tendency would be to go on a little bit on the straight side, undercut it, because it holds the cue ball better off the red.
Yeah.
But it's the overcut that's handed a brilliant chance for Amy to go 2 in front and 1 away from another final.
Yeah, I thought going off the red would have narrowed that angle down for her to be able to hold easier for the yellow, but again, it's what you see or what you feel when you're out there. It's win every time, sit Neil. Again, using her extension, taking that extra little bit of time, making sure. And I think that's been a bit of a pattern in this one. She's been quite ruthless with the clearances when she's took them out.
Also not letting anything that doesn't go to plan. I saw this in the quarter-final as well. There was some blows against her and the odd mistake, and just, you know, accepts it's happened and move on.
Yeah.
And it's a 2-frame advantage, 4-2 now. Amy Beauchamp leads.
It's going to be fireworks, that.
Well, Chris Mellon's been on one today. He's not hanging about. I mean, it'll be fireworks. I think it'll be quick, whatever happens. And Shane's been playing brilliantly as well.
Funnily enough, I bumped into Chris upstairs, and he was saying that he thinks that the reason he's been able to concentrate a bit, or he's done so well, is because he's concentrating more, because he's actually, for the first time in a long time, at times feeling like he's going to miss. So he's actually concentrating more. So it'll be interesting. But he's just on fire. So, oh, Emma.
Oh, that was going to fall.
Yeah.
I've seen Hockett's play on the generous side as normal with a brand new cloth and perfect balls and conditions, but that one rejected as it should be.
So how's because obviously my heart's sort of wanting, because obviously we're talking about the success that Champs has had on the ladies series, and the fact that Emma hasn't won one. So obviously my heart's going, if I had to choose, I'd want Emma to win. But how's she been doing on the? Do you think that playing on the Pro series as well can have an effect on when she's playing in the ladies on the same weekend?
Absolutely. I think it makes it a lot busier weekends for her.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, depending on results in the pro game, and the women's is set out quite nicely for her to be able to sort of dovetail them. But it is still more matches that need to be played. It makes the schedule busier, and obviously you're splitting your focus. So I suspect she probably would have had more success if she'd focused solely on the women's series. But I applaud her for going and representing the women's series. That's how she will have seen it, by playing in the pros for the last 3 years. Now that the women are going into a pro era, it will be interesting to see what Emma decides to do, whether she wants to continue with Ultimate Pool on the pro scene, or just go to the Ultimate Pool Women's Pro, or do both. That's the interesting decision coming up for her. That's all coming for next year. Top 32 will be professionals next year.
Just having a look now to see if that black goes. And the way she's come round, yeah, she's screwing up for it. So this for a place in the final.
Yeah, and a brilliant performance, has to be said once again. She was fantastic in the quarterfinals, and she's been fantastic in the semi-finals as well. Amazing performance from Amy Beauchamp, very clinical.
Excellent. Very
impressive. A good tournament for Emma once again, but she's going to come up short on her quest for her first Women's Series title, but she'll be back. Barbara, well, thank you for your company. We know you'll be back because you're commentating on the final as well.